Here's a live look from Sky 4 of North Minneapolis. A vigil is underway near the police station in North Minneapolis. The protesters there, people there, are just beginning to leave and march. They are on their way to the site where police shot Jamar Clark early Sunday morning. Also today, the national leader of the NAACP attended that very vigil.
Police are on alert after hearing that a group may try to disrupt the gathering, and we have team coverage of the day's event. We're going to start with Liz Collin, who joins us now. Liz?
Amelia, again, hundreds have gathered here outside the 4th precinct, this time for a vigil here tonight. But you said it, Minneapolis police say they are aware of an outside group planning some kind of disturbance here tonight. But so far, things have remained calm as a large crowd gathered to grieve and to pray for justice for Jamar. Many parents brought their children with them tonight. What's gone on in Minneapolis this week is now under the national spotlight. Within the last hour, the national NAACP President Cornell Williams spoke to the crowd. He told them they need to be in this fight for the long run.
I'm not here to parachute in as a civil rights leader and tell you what to do. I'm here because I believe in what is happening here in Minneapolis.
Now, again, that vigil just wrapped up, and people are now marching. Hundreds of people marching through North Minneapolis, just about 2 blocks away to, again, the scene where Jamar Clark was shot by police early on Sunday morning. Now, as far as that security threat, police are asking people to remain vigilant, but we really haven't seen any kind of large police presence to speak of out here tonight. Of course, we'll continue to monitor things and bring you another look here tonight at 10. Amelia?
Well, meanwhile, national and state leaders met today to talk about the investigation of the shooting and talk about the demands that protesters are making. The meeting took place this afternoon at the governor's residence in St. Paul. Kate Raddatz is live at the governor's residence this evening. Kate?
Well, Frank, the NAACP President Cornell Williams was out at the 4th precinct last night participating in the ongoing protests, but today he was here at the governor's mansion discussing with city and state leaders. The NAACP had said they would be talking about the shooting of Jamar Clark as well as police relations in Minneapolis. As protest continues in Minneapolis since the shooting that killed Jamar Clark, across town in St. Paul, the governor and Minneapolis mayor met with the NAACP president, as well as other local NAACP leaders.
It certainly wasn't a conversation about, this is what we demand.
Following the meeting, Minneapolis Mayor Betsy Hodges said they focused on immediate and long-term solutions for peace.
It was a big picture conversation about police-community relationships and what we can do moving forward.
NAACP leaders declined to comment as they left the mansion. The organization's president, Cornell Brooks, is expected to join in on protests outside the 4th precinct. Mayor Hodges says she reiterated the work the city is doing to improve community and police relations.
Again, the governor and I have our hands extended and the door open to talking to whomever wants to come and talk about peaceful resolution at the precinct and long-term positive police-community relationships.
The governor was unavailable for comment following the meeting, but a spokesperson said that the governor called it a constructive meeting. That spokesperson also said that it was the NAACP that had requested today's meeting. Frank.
All right, Kate Raddatz live in St. Paul. Thank you. Also today, a debate is heating up between Police Chief Janae Harteau and Union Head Lieutenant Bob Kroll over how police are handling the protesters outside of the precinct.
They were both on WCCO radio today when Kroll called the situation a local version of Benghazi.
There are shots fired outside that precinct. The last thing all of us want is a dead cop as a result of this.
I don't want a dead anybody.
That was just one of many exchanges we heard today concerning the shooting of Jamar Clark by Minneapolis police. This morning, demonstrators took their message beyond the 4th precinct to downtown Minneapolis. Members of the group Communities United Against Police Brutality tried to address the city council after the meeting started. Security had to remove 3 people. Other community members patiently waited until the end of the meeting to share their concerns, but they never got a chance. Regular council meetings don't allow public comment.
So if you want to really make some real change and have a citizenry that has confidence in what's going on, there needs to be some policy changes, and there really need to be some real serious conversations. You know, this empty rhetoric it goes nowhere.
Some city council did try to suspend the rules and allow the public to comment, but that motion failed. Community activists vowed to return to committee meetings where they will get the chance to address the council.